Hello guys and welcome to the Empower Queen Show. I am so happy to be back and to have a special guest with me. And I promise I'm going to do my very best to pronounce his name correct. His name is Frank Salas. How did I do, Frank?
You did amazing. What's going on, everybody? My name is Frank Salas. I go by the name of the talented Mr. Salas. I serve those with talent, and I transform them into thought leaders. I have a special place in my heart for women. I was brought up by a single mom. I was born homeless, and the only reason that I'm here today is because of the hard work and the strength of a woman. So I feel personally that there is, number one, not enough millionaire women, and number two, not enough millionaire minority women. So I am Hispanic, I'm Latino, but yo, we're all shades of brown, man, and I'm trying to empower my brown people, my brown folk. We got to be up there on the list, on the Forbes, on the Inc. magazines, Fortunes. That's why I do this stuff every single day. Every single day I'm meeting out, connecting with an audience, big crowd, small crowd, American, other side of the world, wherever. So as we get to know each other, you're going to find out a lot about Frank Salas and how deep the rabbit hole goes over here. But I'm very blessed and very thankful to be here on the show. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. And I know I'm really thankful because I know your schedule is very tight. So I really want to just dive in. If you could just share with the listeners and the viewers, how did the talent of Frank come about? Like, where did this vision, the dream of yours come from?
Yeah, so, as I mentioned earlier, I was born homeless. I was born in Fort Worth, Texas. This was back in 1987. My birthday's actually tomorrow. So 29 years ago tomorrow, I was born. And at that time in the United States, Mexicans were, especially in the South, we were, not the best, most favored people, and there were some racial tensions there. And when I was born, my mom had 1 hour to get herself together and get out. Like, I spent my first night underneath a bridge, and so I came to this world with absolutely nothing. Well, I'm lying. I came with a blanket that the hospital gave us just to get us out the door. So that's all that I had coming into this world. So I knew from a very young age that I had to work my butt off, and I had to get myself to a level that most people, would dream about or talk about, but that's what I wanted. And because I was born homeless, I really wanted to be in the real estate game. And I started my first business when I was 20 years old. I dropped out of college to start my first business. For 8 months, I didn't make any money, and I didn't have another job. I was just losing money. So for the first 6 months, I ate once a day. For months 6, 7, and 8, I ate every other day, once a day. And for me, it was cool. It was like I was at battle. It was like, you know what? There's soldiers that go to the jungle and they fight for weeks. They maybe eat once every 5 days or something. I can do this. If they can do it, I can do it. It's cool. And so this was my battlefield. So it took me 8 months, but on my 8th month in March of 2009, I made my first $75, and that's the first profit that I ever received. And for somebody listening to this saying, yo, $75, I made $75 today at my job. Well, you know what? It took me 8 months to make $75. But when I proved to myself that I could make $75 in a business, one of my mentors, Amber Aziza, if you guys don't know who Amber Aziza is, make sure you follow her at Amber_Aziza. That's Aziza. She taught me if I can make $1, I can make $1 million. And if I didn't know Amber at that time, but I had to learn that the hard way. And I taught myself, okay, if I can make $75, then I can make 7,500. Then I can make 75,000, and so on and so forth. So the next month I made 30 grand. The month after that, I made 50 grand, and then I made another 50 grand. And 2 months before that month where I made $75, my mom, who believed in me the whole way, she never once doubted me. She was like, you know what, son, you tried it, and maybe you didn't fail. You learned a lot, and you should probably quit this business. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to remodel your house. I'm just going to remodel your house. Like, I just decided, look, I'm hungry. I'm eating once a day, every other day. I'm just going to make it happen, and I'm going to remodel your house. So after, those nice months, a smart business owner would reinvest all their money into their business. I took the first big stacks from that, and I remodeled my mom's house just so I know if it never happened again, she could say that, yo, Frank did his thing. And so when she looks at her kitchen, when she looks at her nice wood floors, I was like, Mom, don't ever doubt me. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever doubt anybody. Always believe in people, because the gift that I got from you was the belief that I could do anything. And, don't ever doubt me. Don't ever doubt yourself. And if you ever do, all you got to do, Mom, is just look down underneath your floor, underneath your feet, and look at them wood floors, those mahogany wood floors that are just shining. They got that warranty on that, I got that for you, Mama,
Oh my God, I love it. You said so many things that were just so empowering. The one that you was okay with making $75 after several months. And a lot of people,
I was stellar.
that's just amazing. And I like that you shared it, because so many people just, become stagnant at that place, like, oh, the $75 after this time, and they just stop. But if you had stopped shy of that, you wouldn't have had those mahogany floors for your mother. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. So Frank, tell us, how do you now help people, help people to transition, their talents into this transformation, this successful transformation? How do you do that?
Yeah, so at the time, and the reason I was able to build my business in July of 2008, when I first started my business, it was a spray tanning business, by the way. So not a machine, it was an actual done by hand spray tan, which right now is all the rage. But back in 2008, it was super new. People were very afraid of it. They were wondering, does it give you cancer? Is it going to make you orange? And then Kim Kardashian actually made it popular from being on her shows. They get spray tan all the time. So once she started doing it, people were looking for it on the internet. And at the time, Facebook just launched Facebook reviews. So it allowed me to get ranking all over the world. So when people would fly in from Sydney, Australia, from Hong Kong, from everywhere, and they would type in spray tans in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. That's where my shop was. My shop would pop up #1, and there'd be like a few hundred reviews on Facebook, because what I do, to answer your question, to help people right now, is no matter what you do, I help you build an engaged audience. I help you build a cult-like following. People, when I have a webinar come up, they sign up before it even goes out on the email list. They're like, Frank, I'm already on there. Like, you can just take me off the email list. I follow you every day, bro. Like, it's just like, boom. So I do that. And I had that in the beginning. I asked my followers in real life at my salon, I said, hey, look, I'm building this business. I would love to help get the word out about spray tanning. A lot of people have a lot of fears. Would you do me a huge favor? I'm just getting started. I was honest with them. I was like, I'm just getting started. Would you mind just taking 5 minutes out of your day and leaving me a nice review? It could be a bad one. It could be an average one. It could be a great one. Just leave me a review, And sure enough, they all left me 5-star reviews. And Google picked it up. And at the time, Google was ranking me higher. So I was getting phone calls all over the world. And that's when I started to get traction and traction and traction. And then on that month when I made 50 grand, guess what? Miss America reached out to me. The Miss America Foundation. I ended up becoming a judge for the Miss America Foundation. I ended up becoming a sponsor for the whole thing. I networked with people that invested in my companies to this day. I literally just closed a 7-figure real estate deal with somebody that I met back in that time. But and this was our first time doing business last week, because I had to foster that relationship. I was 20 years old. I'm about to be 29 tomorrow. Like, I'm still a young guy in the game, and people don't have that trust with me just yet, even though they see me do all that. So I'm hungry every single day. I always prove my worth to the marketplace. I always show my value. I always overserve. I always over deliver in everything that I do. If you buy a $19 product with me, or if you drop 19 grand with me, I'm still going to give you the $1 million service. That's just what I believe in. That's just how I was raised, and that's the only way to generate a following, and a cult-like following in this business right now. So I have, to answer your question again, is how to get that is you need attention first. And I do this thing called growth hacking. And growth hacking means growing your business, growing your users, your sales, your downloads, your installs, your websites visits, your whatever you want to grow. That's what I do. And I excel at that. And I excel at doing that with no cost marketing strategy. And matter of fact, 90% of the stuff that I do is complimentary. If you go to my YouTube channel, I'm going to show you stuff that other people are charging you hundreds, if not thousands, in their courses, and I'm just giving it to you complimentary. I never say free, because it's not free. It's going to cost you your time. It's going to cost you the investment of your energy. It's going to cost your discipline and your commitment. But I promise you, if you put the effort into doing those no-cost marketing strategies for your business right now, guess what? You're going to get more attention. With more attention, you're going to get more leads. You're going to get more eyeballs, and you're going to get more sales. And when you get more sales, you get more revenue. And when you get more revenue, you can reinvest into your organization. And it's a cycle. You now have a business. And when people get to that point, I now then scale their business, because I franchise companies for myself, for others. I also, have all kinds of certifications when it comes to scaling companies. But most importantly, I have several companies. I have 7 right now, 14 I've had in my lifetime. I have a virtual assistant company in the Philippines where we will actually leverage your currency. $1 American is 50 Filipino pesos. When I go over there for 3 months, I live off of $2 grand and I ball. I'm talking, I go out to eat. I got a chauffeur. I got a live-in maid. if my girl says, yo, I'm bringing my friends for the date, dinner's on me, is cool. Like it might be like $7 for everybody. It's insane. So in the Philippines, I have a business where we have an office and we have a bunch of virtual assistants who are all young, who all listen to Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez. They know about Pokemon Go. They're just like Americans. They listen to, Game of Thrones or watch Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead. They watch American football. They love American basketball. They love America's culture over there. So they speak just like us. There's, minimum accent. Some of them speak English better than they speak Tagalog, which is their native language, because that's all they brought up with. They brought up with TV shows from the 1990s and the 2000s that were mostly in English. Now, with a virtual assistant in the Philippines, now you can have maybe your emails handled for you. Like I got this email, set up today, or this set up today with my virtual assistant. And I focus on my RGA. My revenue generating activities. I never spend time booking meetings. I never spend time booking appointments. I never spend time invoicing, following up with leads. I only focus on the things that pay me. And for me, I got to go to mouthpiece. So speaking to people, talking to people, networking, presenting, selling, negotiating. That's what I do. I spend all my day doing that. My day, like they said earlier, is pretty planned out to the minute. So, we have like a 30-minute, 45-minute, whatever. I don't even know. My VA just tells me when to go, where to go, and I can now be on a call for if it's an hour, I can be there for 59 minutes and 45 seconds, say bye, and then use those 15 seconds, to jump onto the next call, because now my digital commute is already done by somebody else, and I just have to click a link. I can serve more people. I can be on more shows. I can do more webinars. I can do more presentations. I can generate more partners. I can build my audience a lot faster because I'm not a one-man show. I feel like for those of you guys who are solopreneurs and you're very proud of it, and you should be, it's hard to be an entrepreneur. You really should be. But let's be real. If you're a solopreneur and you're making any type of substantial income, you're going to keep yourself there and not grow to that next level because you're a one-man show or a one-woman show, and you have to build a team around you. With that team, you're now going to repurpose everything. When you see me do a podcast or a blab or an interview, my virtual assistants will take that. They'll upload it to YouTube. They'll put it on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, Podcast Republic. So my 30 minutes to an hour, guess what? That is now on 7 different platforms. And my different platforms know, okay, if a new blog post goes up or if a new podcast goes up, put it on the website, put it on these Facebook groups, send it out on these email lists. So not only are they out in different areas and they're optimized with the right keywords, with the right photos, with the right graphics that I'm not doing, but they're also telling my following saying, yo, Frank just did an awesome podcast. Go check it out. Go leave him some love. If you haven't already left him a 5-star review, leave him a 5-star review. He comes out there and he comes with that work. Make sure that you get his message out there. And because I have that support and because I connect with my tribe, and I'm going to get into tribes a little bit later, I'm able to really, truly build an organic following. For this particular business, I've never spent a dime or a penny on any ads whatsoever, on the purpose to show people that you don't need money to generate sales in this business. You don't need money to make money in this business. You just need to be putting out great content. You just need to be putting out content in the right places, and you need to know the difference of what's a Facebook list and what's a Twitter list and how to use that for your business. You need to know what is a hashtag, where to put it on every single platform. Like most people don't know that you can put 30 hashtags on Instagram, and even if they do, the hashtags that they're using are the wrong ones. If you're, let's say, in marketing, like I'm in marketing, I would never use the hashtag marketing. There's millions upon millions of posts, and my life cycle for that post is like not even a nanosecond. But if I use hashtag social media marketing tips, there's like 15,000 posts. Guess what? Most of the time, I'm one of the top ranked posts. Most of the time, my post is there for weeks at a time, and people are finding me. But not just anybody. People who are specifically interested in finding social media marketing tips, and they love me. And then when they get introduced to me and I hit them with value, just like I'm hitting your audience with value right now, boom, it's over. It's game over. I constantly get voicemails. I constantly get video messages. I constantly get messages in my inbox saying, Frank, please serve me. And I say this, you know what? I definitely would love to help you out. 90% of the stuff that I do is complimentary. I'm going to point you to my YouTube channel. I'm going to point you to my private trainings inside my private Facebook group in the Talent Tribe. Go ahead and go there. And I'm on a wait list, by the way. And I only work with people that are serious and committed, because for me, I'm looking for case studies right now, and I am not pouring to people that are not going to pour into themselves. So go ahead and go through this system right here. And then once you're done, I have a process. And because for everybody listening to this, you should have a process too. This is just mine. Because I teach a lot of things that require a lot of fundamental knowledge, which is social media marketing, like where to put hashtags, when to post, where to post, what kind of content to post, how to engage, how to message, X, Y, and Z, all that stuff. I teach people that per platform, and I have a flagship product, and that's called the Talent School. And that shows you everything. And it's way higher than anybody else's courses. I promise you, it is a premium course, and it's going to over-deliver. This is like working with me one-on-one for 30 days. You can work on it at a self-pace, at your own self-pace. But it's just like working with me one-on-one. I walk you through it in a video setting, and I teach you everything from the first day is how to find your value. The second day is how to find your target follower. And let me focus in on that real quick. When you are looking in this business, I'm not talking about in traditional business, in this business, social media, no matter what you do, I need to know whether your target follower, not your target audience, not your target demographic, your target follower. I need to know when they go to a coffee shop, do they get tea? Do they get coffee? Do they get sugar with it? Do they get Splenda, or do they get stevia? Because those are different people that I can market to, and market to them extremely effectively from the curated list of Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram with no cost right there. So I know exactly what hashtags they're looking up for. Now, the third step is how to do market research. I need you to be able to show me a goal. And if you can't show me a goal, like if you're in fitness and you want to be like a Shalene Johnson or a Sean T, okay, cool. I know where to serve you, and I know how you want to take it. But if you're like, I have a client that's in forgiveness. She's a forgiveness coach, and she's only been doing this for less than 60 days. Her name is Emily J. Hooks here in Austin, Texas. I met her through the Toastmasters Club, and we had a great friendship previous to working together. And she saw what I was doing. She wanted in. She's a Toastmaster. For those of you guys who don't know what Toastmasters is, it's a public speaking club, and it's a great way for you to really get your presentation skills on point. And Toastmasters are usually full of overachievers, and she's an overachiever. In 60 days, rather, less than 60 days, she got her first few paying clients. By the way, this is somebody that didn't have any Snapchat, Instagram, Periscope. She barely had a Facebook. She's in her 50s. She had no idea what to do with technology at all. And she took the talent school. She applied it. That's the key word. She applied it and the complimentary trainings. And in less than 60 days, she has paying clients that now replace her income that she has at her job in the several thousands, in the 4 figures. She's not at the 5 figures yet, but she's doing pretty okay at 4 figures. And she has her best-selling book dropping next month. It's not even out. It's a best-selling book. And last week, she teaches forgiveness, by the way. She doesn't have a tangible product. She teaches forgiveness. So last week, she did a workshop with Oprah's church teaching forgiveness. And she has her 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th workshop book with Oprah's church. And she's been doing this for less than 60 days. So this is how powerful social media is. This is how you can get your business in front of a lot of eyeballs. I know I gave you guys a lot. I know you have a lot of questions, but I just was on a roll, and I was like, let me serve these people in the audience right now.
Yes. That's amazing. Like, I'm sitting here taking notes. It was amazing. And so, listeners and viewers, please, if you heard what Frank shared with us today, I need to have a conversation with Frank today about really, and it sounds like, Frank, that you have the entire packet. Like, you show the person how to get and be seen and heard on social media. You share with you how to do it without a large budget on social media. And then you have the virtual assistance platform to help me to utilize my time, properly, that I can be seen and be working and doing what I love, and behind the scenes making things happen, making me really show up. But you have it all. It's a one package deal.
Well, and the rabbit hole goes very deep with me. There's so much value that I bring to the marketplace. I've been an entrepreneur for 8 years. I'm 28 years old right now, 29 tomorrow. When I walk into a room, if there's people that are 50, 60, 70 years old, I have more business acumen than them, and I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that I just got in the game younger than they did. That's it. That's all. I'll just have some more time on them in the game. They might have years on me. I surround myself with people that are far more advanced than me. Like, again, I mentioned Amber Azizer, Sade Adu. You got to follow her on social media. There's so many people that have influenced me, that I've partnered with, that have really put me on the scene. And if you're just getting started out in this business, the number one thing you have to do is you have to network. And when I meet another tribe leader, I always come with an offer. I always come with value. And I say, like right now, I'm doing a podcast. And if your listeners like this and they want a private workshop with me, I'm going to do a complimentary workshop on like the intro to growth hacking. And then we're going to do a webinar where I do even more value. And then I'm going to have an offer at the end, and the tribe leader and myself can split that 50-50. And, you know, we can both make money. But now I'm getting more followers and more people in my tribe, and I'm serving. That's the thing where I'm coming from. Even if nobody spends a dime with me, the payment that I get is that my content now helps somebody else, and maybe they're not in the position to work with me because, you know, I'm not the least expensive person in my industry. I'm actually at the top, and I want people to be able to afford me. So that's why I do 90% of my stuff complimentary. If you don't have the ball rolling, I'm going to show you how to get the ball rolling. But we haven't talked about sponsors. So right now, and just for the record, I've only been a personal brand on social media for 10.5 months. 10.5 months. I have 4 sponsors right now. There's a lot of things that people don't know that have been in the game for much longer than me. But because of my business acumen, I know what sponsors are looking for. I've been a sponsor myself for several different companies, organizations, events. And the basic thing you got to get started with is an EPK, electronic press kit. And what does that mean? It means I have these many followers on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or these many followers collectively. These are my engagement numbers. By the way, I go live every single day on Periscope. By the way, I do yoga every single day, and you can check me out on Snapchat. I had a yoga sponsor reach out to me on Snapchat, and they sent me over 5 yoga watches that were $200 each or $1,000 worth of products. And I'm not going to say their names because we didn't work out a deal, but they were looking to sponsor me. And, you know, my minimum sponsorship fee is per month 5 figures, and they weren't there. Their budget didn't allocate for it. So I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to keep your watches. Thanks a lot. And, you know, when you guys are ready to invest in a social media influencer with this kind of reach and this kind of pull, let me know. And they were like, oh, you know, yeah, we're going to get our sales up, blah, blah, blah. Like, we can't wait to come back to you. So I have sponsors in the pipeline who need to get their money up before they can roll with me. You know, like, could I take their offer? Yeah, I could take their offer, but then that would set the standard for other sponsors that are coming my way. So again, the rabbit hole goes really deep with Frank Salas. All you got to know is this: when you put a little bit of the talented Mr. Salas in your swagger, good things are going to happen, baby.
Awesome. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. So Frank, tell everyone how they could reach you. I think you did share about your YouTube, but do you have a website? I know you also have a group. I'm part of the group. If you could share, you know, it with everyone. And I guess I'm a little jealous because I don't know if I want everybody in, but I know they need but definitely share with us, please.
Yeah, definitely. If you go to Facebook and search for the private Facebook group, The Talent Tribe, that's 2 words with the space in the middle, Talent Tribe, that's my inner circle. You know, you can go to my website, www.talentedmrsalas.ph, and that PH is for the Philippines. You can go there, but if you want to connect with me, and I want you to connect with me because I want to serve you, I would love to wake up to a message saying, you know what, Frank, I thought you were awesome. Could you do a Periscope or a blog post about this? That would make my day. That would save me like 30 minutes a day, and it would just be amazing. So that's the quickest way to find me. I'm on social media everywhere at Talented Mr. Salas. And if you want to take action right now without being waited to get approved to my inner circle and the Talent Tribe, check out my YouTube. Throw me a subscription, and I throw all of my webinars on there for 48 hours, and then I take them down off the replay. I throw all of my interviews up there and my high-level trainings and speaking engagements. They go up there as well.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Frank. I know your schedule is tight, and so I just really want to thank you for taking the time to share with us. You share so much valuable information to our listeners, our viewers. Again, guys, this is Frank. Please definitely take advantage of, you know, reaching out to him, especially joining the tribe. It's amazing the information that he shares, and as he stated, he's always so transparent, and he gives 99 and 100%. You know, information at all times. And this is Marsha Mayfield, the host of the Empower Queen Show. And we will see you guys next time. Thanks a lot, Frank. Bye.